All right, ladies and gentlemen, we's about to have some baseball. For a little warning for you, though, I have had some technical difficulties early setting this up, so hopefully the technical difficulties stay away. The electrical gremlins vacates my apartment, and the first pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Oh, big game yesterday. KT with a walk-off home run from Kim Min Hyuk. Is that's a swing and a miss, and it's yeah. Hopefully, it's better for you. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss is. Oh, sorry, the 0-2 pitch. Three pitches, three strikes, 1 out, and that brings up the number two hitter. They have a very, very different lineup today, ladies and gentlemen. I tried to predict the lineup based off of what it was yesterday, and both teams have vastly, vastly different lineups today. All right, one away early. Iho Yun, 286 on the season, playing first base. I haven't seen him yet. Again, 286, but he only has two hits. So I actually haven't seen him in a game yet. As the 0-1 is going to be a ground ball. First baseman is going to pick it up, tosses to Sour over there at first. And the 3-1 putouts makes two away. Sour working fast today. Five pitches, 2 outs. Both of these foreigners, both teams hoping that their foreigners can go deep today just because of the 11 innings that they pitched yesterday. They would love to be able to get 7 innings out of these guys. As that's in there for strike, and it's 0-1. Sun Ben still up in the 350 mark, a 349 on the season. Does have one long ball. And that misses outside, 1-1. And the 1-1 in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, 1-1. Time is called. Got to get the last bit of stuff fixed up. All right, the 1-2 pitch. He throws the bat out. That's going to be trouble. Nope, a sliding catch by Chewan Jun, and that is going to be 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of thy first. Those of you watching over on Soup, please make sure you hit that little thumbs up button. That thumbs up button is called an up or a recommendation. It is very important on Soup. It actually, the more I get, the more likely it is to put the my stream on the homepage on the main channel for people looking for baseball. Also, if you want to follow me so you know when I'm going live and all that stuff, then you can hit the little star next to my channel name. That is how you follow me there. Obviously, on YouTube, you can always hit the like button, the thumbs up, and you're more than welcome to subscribe because it makes me feel good. Oh, little change from what I had here. Make one change and Nail out on the mound. They've moved Dale to second base. He has had a lot of troubles over at shortstop with some errors. Uh, so lots of errors from Dale. So they moved him over to second. What's up, Yagu? Yagu fan? Nail out on the mound. Once again, having a
땡크
fantastic
유포 더
season.
레커멘데이션. 내일 40.
Thank you, thank you. NATO Saship. That's amazing. It reads your.
Thank you for the recommendation, Yagupan Chris.
So I love that. If your name is in Korean, it's Konglish is it's a completely different in names. All right, the Chaewon June 317. The first pitch is ripped but foul. And 0-1. James Nail out on the mound. It'll be that middle of the line, that middle of the defense. That is going to be the game, right? Honestly, that is that will be the determining factor of this game, in my opinion. All right, the 0-1 pitch is sets up on the inside, just above the thighs, and fouls that away. 149 on the gun is nailed, throwing darts early in this game. Leading sweeper 37% of the time, and the 0-2 pitch throws it into the dirts, and 1-2. Yeah, right. The 1-2 pitch way outside, and it's 2-2. And a swing and a miss. The first strikeout of the day for Mr. Nail. Yeah, that bullpen is I have to go with Kia. The reason why I'm going with Kia is Nail has pitched so well against KT. The second reason is if KT had Hog Young Min Hog Young Min and An Hyun Min, I think I would take KT. The 0-1 pitch at the bottom of the zone. That's going to be rolled over. First baseman grabs it, steps on the bag. And that's 2 away. Who do you think, UC fan? All right, Kim Hyun Soo steps in, a 302 on the season, 3 home runs. 2 of them came in one day. Open up some water, stay hydrated for this evening. Sets up down by the knees, and that misses way up high, though. 1-0. Kim Hyun Soo. Sonos up 15 hits above Chae Hyung-woo as that misses outside. 2-0. Kim Hyun Soo's got a couple years left. Imagine where he would be if he didn't spend a couple years with Baltimore and Philadelphia. The 2-0 pitch misses low, 3-0, and James Nails falling behind quickly. Here we go. The 3-0 pitch sets up right at the knees, and it's right over. So Suwon is nobody likes Suwon, but there's something about Suwon. I don't know if it's a baseball player thing, but I feel differently when I walk into that stadium. The 3-1 pitch is rolled over. Second baseman gonna come quickly, throws to first, and that will be 3 up, 3 down for James Nail. We go to the second inning. Lots of round numbers, but they're all closed. Well, 4, 5, 6 coming up for Kia in the top of the inning. Yeah, there's something about it. The stadium sucks. It's super hard to get to. Uh-oh, what did he do? Did another error? Pak Sung Gyu? Because I know he's not up. I know he's not up because he's bats 9th in the order. But yeah, it's really not easy to get to. You have to take a taxi to it. There's nothing around it besides other stadiums like the soccer stadium and volleyball, or I think it's volleyball. There's not much around it. I've been there multiple times. A lot of friends live in Suwon, so we would go to the game, and then we would go back to their place, and then we'd head out on the town. But if you go during the summer, I know you won't go in the KT section, but they have a big water festival that is pretty famous. All right, 9 pitches in that first inning for Sauer. And that misses outside, a ball 1. Sauer's aunt or uncle was in here for his first game. As that's up high. 2-0. Yeah, he was in here for his they were in here for his first game, and I was actually waiting for this matchup. To have James Nail's family and Sauer's family in here, and that is going to be a ground ball through the left side, and that's the first hit of the day. Goodbye, perfect game. Goodbye, no hitter. Kim Do-young has a leadoff single. Brings up a Castro. Brink, have you been practicing your dance moves? Just catches the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. That is into the dirt. So he doesn't go. 1-1. He was sent down to the second league. I remember that. I don't remember what else. Maybe if Steve he keeps up. What's up, Kenny? There, Kenny's a Lotte fan. Maybe he knows. As Castro fouls that one away. Kenny, do you know what happened with the Lotte player? They got drunk and told the woman that she was as fat as a tire. I know he was not kicked off the team, but he was kicked off the first team. I don't know what else happened. Yeah, Kenny would know. Possibly Steve would know. Also, Steve keeps up on the old drama. And the 1-2 pitch just sets up on the outside. That's going to be ripped but foul. What's up, Hucky? Oops, wrong side. All right, 2 still. Sauer, 16 pitches, 9 in that first inning. Just sent down to the second. Lotte just having all kinds of issues. 1-2 pitch just sets up way outside, and that's going to be a ground ball up the middle. Second baseman toss to the shortstop, throw to first in time, and the 4-6-3 double play ends that base running threats, and brings up the number 6 hitter. Take sensitivity classes. Okay, yeah, I remember seeing something about that. Yeah, I remember the sensitivity classes. And that's misses inside. Yeah, I'm sure it's just to make sure that you're on the current lineup. Has nothing to do with the people dancing, I'm sure. He was that good or wasn't that good? And a swing and a miss. How what? 1-1 pitch. Why did that why Ah, that's why. Your yeah, your name isn't gonna come up in chat, just so you know. Uh yeah. I can see your chats. I can see your chat romance, but I can tell you that that's not gonna because of your name. It's not gonna come up in the actual chats as the 3-1 away outside, and he walks him. Oh, a quick 2 outs on the ground into double play, but Nasung Bomb works a walk, and now really. See, I haven't even been paying attention to the weather since I'm not riding the motorcycle anymore. I don't really pay attention to the weather that much. I need to start paying attention better. Nasung Bomb over on first base. Han Jun Soo turns on that one, lifts it, but it's gonna hook foul into the tents. And 0-1. Uh Brink, are you gonna be here for the Doosan Kia matchup in Gwangju? Lotte no longer allowed to be on regular TV. They're so bad. Yeah, now that is a foul away, 0-2. Well, that's good, Darpo. I'd hate for you to fail out of college your first semester and have to move back to Daegu. All right, 0-2 pitch just sets up on the outside and misses. 1-2. That's the second time that they've only been on TVing, I think, Kenny. Perfect, Arpo. You need to tell all your friends to come study English with me. Right, 1-2 pitch just sets up way outside. All right, thank you, Luke. I can always count on Luke for the ups.
Thank you for the recommendation, Luke JP.
Those of you that are also hanging out, please hit that thumbs up. Yeah, Kenny, I think it's going to be easy to get to a Lotte game. All right, the 2-2 pitch gonna go up high, up too high though, and he runs the count full, 3-2. Our first full count of the day goes from an 0-2 count to a full count. We love our full counts here, ladies and gentlemen. We love our full counts. And the 3-2 pitch. That's going to be rolled over. First baseman and it grabs it, underhand toss, and steps on the bag for another 3-1. Gives up a
Thank you for the recommendation,
hits.
UC Fan 522, The Jungle.
Thank you, UC Fan and the Jungle. Welcome, Jungle. Welcome. That puts 3 outs. We go to the bottom of the second. 4, 5, 6 coming up. Also, you had a leadoff single, then a 4-6-3 double play. Erase that, but a walk, and then a 3-1 ground outs as they go 0 for 2 in that inning with runners on base. And but they did end up having 18 pitches out of Sauer that inning. Yeah, Lotte is gonna end up having a consolation game against Cume at the end of the season for worst possible teams in the world. Still no, I don't know, Arpo. June 19th through the July 3rd. Okay. Was it that game? Oh, I was thinking you were going to be here in July. That's what it was. Yeah. Or did I just ask you wrong? All right, so we're back. Nail's still out there on thy mound. Bottom of the second. 12 pitches in that first inning for Nail. Yi Jung Hoo looks at strike one on the outside, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 is a foul away, 0-2. Kenny, how long until you send that manager down to the second team?
Thank you for the recommendation, Lions TV.
Oh, Lions TV making an appearance. We are blessed, ladies and gentlemen, as the 0-2 is fouled away. Lions TV. Very sweet. That's misses up. So they play against Doosan the week. They host Doosan the week before, and that's gonna be a looking strikeout, second strikeout of the day. Both the innings he's started with a K. Yeah, I was hoping that you would be in Gwangju that weekend, and that's what we were going to make our trip down there. So it looks like all your games, it's all the weekend games are going to be away for you. Yeah. All right, Hilliard down to 205 on the season, and that is a foul to straight back 1-2. Tigers TV isn't cool enough to hang out in my my SOOP channel. All right, the 1-2 pitch to Hilliard. And that's going to be a ground ball, shortstop out on the grass. The throw way up high, safe. And he's going to beat it out with an infield single. Like I said, the biggest question is going to be that's middle infield. Taking his sweet time. The last time we had a Kia game, the shortstop was playing second, and I think he had 2 errors and allowed 3 runs scored or something like that. It was not pretty. Harpo's just so amazed. He loves him some Lions TV. All right, to 21 pitches, and that one is just misses inside. Ball 1 to Guangdong Jin. Guangdong Jin hitting 400 on the season, but really hasn't gotten a lot of playing time. I assume he lives near the stadium, right? Because usually they have the housing for the players. And the 1-0 is in a ground. Over the first baseman, and that's going to be trouble as Hilliard is going to go first to third, and Nasung Bomb doing a very bad idea with trying to throw him out at third, and they've got runners on the corner now. Oh, just 1 out, and Oh Yoon Suk. Nail into trouble now. Hilliard over at third base. Guangdong Jin at first. Guangdong Jin has a ton of speed over at first. Oh Yoon Suk hitting 333 on this season. Hasn't been playing all that much, though. Sets up on the outside and pulls the bunt back, but it's right down the middle. 333 on the season with runners in scoring position. Oh, that's yeah, because I know the Hanwha players. They lived right by me, which is maybe maybe a 10-minute walk. It was about a kilometer. And the 0-1 doesn't go, and it's the 1-1. Playing for 1 run in the second inning, ladies and gentlemen. 1 run in the second inning. And the 1-1 pitch sets up on the outside. He rolls over it to Nail, gonna toss underhand, and that is not gonna get it done as the fielder choice scores a run. He thought it was gonna come off a lot harder than that, and it died. And that is gonna be a 1-0 lead for KT. It just died after it hit the grass. He was expecting it to come harder, and he knew it as soon as. Yep, that was a word that I'm not allowed to repeat. That's gonna bring up a Hansung take. And that's in there for a strike on the outside, 0-1. Hansen take 175.
골뱅이 박승규 66 슈퍼채티드 1.31달러. 하나시무준 55 이글스 이시무준 하나시무준 55 너는 슈퍼 판타스틱 T 나이점 5건 토니플.
I have no idea what he just said. Can you guys at least hear that? I hope. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think the catcher had to take that and then throw him out at first, give up that run was the best play. But again, that situation, there's not. Yeah, he was waiting on it to bounce, but when it bounced, it just died. All right, glad you could hear it, Arpo. That is fouled away. Stays 0-2. It's like a bobblehead over there in the dugout, just bouncing up and down. All right, the 0-2 pitch misses way outside, 1-2. Nail now, 19 pitches in this inning. Started with a strikeout looking, and then a single by Hilliard, a single by Guangdong Jin, and then the fielder's choice. All right, it's 1-2 pitch. Just sets up a down by the knees and misses low, 2-2. Hansen take was with the Tigers last year.
Thank you for the recommendation, Yi.
Thank you, Yi. That is fouled away. Stays 2-2. Yeah, Arpo, you want Kia to win so that Samsung can go back up in the standings, get out of third. Do we have any other scores around the league? Nope, this is the only game with a score. All right, the 2-2 pitch outside. A 3-2 runs the count full. First full count of the day for KT. As Nail is running into some issues here. 22 pitches in this inning. Runners on first and second to giving up one run. Still just one out. Spins around. And the 3-2 is going to be a ground ball. First baseman grabs it. He's just going to run over to first. Heads up play there, not to force anything. Got to 2 outs now. You got to 2 runners in scoring position, but you've got the number 9 hitter coming up. Yang Min steps in. 266 on the season, has to be in there for early decisions for the rookie of the year, as that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. One of the only rookies getting consistent playing time day in and day out. Hanwha's center fielder started out hot just like Ikang Min, but fizzled out A swing and a miss there. 0-2 on that big old sweeper. Yeah, that's what that's for. It should be. I should have it at 8 during the week and then 10 on the weekends, but I just never changed it. But yeah, that's what that one's for. All right, the 0-2 is going to be a slapped foul. Stays 0-2. Yeah, I mean, I can change it. I like the pixel look. Yeah, the 0-2. So, yeah. I do kind of like this one. And the 0-2 misses 1-2. And the 1-2 is turned on, lifted up. A left fielder is underneath it, though, and that's the 3 away. But a single, and a fielder's choice puts KT up 1-0. We'll go to the third. Got to be happy he didn't give up anything else other than that. Honestly, that was a rough inning. Yeah, it did, but he's not a big guy, so yeah, and I swear some of these people are using like the umpire cam's microphone, so it just sounds louder too. Looks like LG just took a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the second inning on a 2-run shot by Song Chan-yi. Elsewhere, zeros. Is that game? It looks like the game did start, Kenny. It looks like the game did start down there in Busan. All right, Kia's going to have their 8 to 9 one-hitters coming up. And there for a strike, and 0-1. And 0-1 pitch, the swing and a miss, 0-2. Yeah, that fielder's choice. If it would have hit the ground like he was expecting to, it would have been a close play. I mean, it was still a fairly close play, but I think Hilliard also got a good jump as that's a 3-pitch strikeout and his second of the day. Brings up the number 9 hitter, Dale. I love it. You got Dale and Nail. They're brothers, identical brothers. They walk alike, they talk alike, and some. I don't even know what it is. Whatever. What was it? The Patty Duke show, I think. Hitting a 301 on the season, but again, the defense has been the issue. Do that one. Yeah, I don't like that it's in Korean because so many people aren't going to be able to read that Korean. Yeah, I wish it wasn't in Korean. Yeah, another 2-1 is a fouled away at 2-2. And that's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. A little hop and throw. 2 away. Flips the lineup back over. There, now it's in English. And now that is in there for a strike. And the 0-1 pitch, a swing and a miss. That was ugly. 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 Yeah. The 0-2 was swing and a miss. Not a good inning there for Kia. As 10 pitches, 2 strikeouts, 1, 2, 3. And after James Nail spent a little bit of too much time out there at the bottom of the second, he is going to go right back out there for the bottom of the third. That was not pretty if you are a Kia fan. The top of the lineup is going to come up for KT here in the bottom of the first, or the bottom of the third. We should be coming back. Now I'm just playing with all my little stats things. And then that misses up high. 1-0. 40 pitches in the first 2 innings. 28th last inning. Shewon Ju 0 for 1 struck out to lead off the game, and that's just misses inside at 2-0. James has got it, get it back again. Shewon Jun played for KT or for Kia for a while, as the 3-0 is in there for a strike on the outside. Was the center fielder for Kia for a while. Traded in the middle of last season to NC. Played much better at NC. He was having a very bad year for Kia. And that's misses low when he walks the leadoff batter. He is just missing. Am I missing something? Looks like it's not updating again. Yeah, and Kim Min Hyuk fouls it into his foot. There we go. Now I think we're all set. As he throws it over to first. Sorry, the chat wasn't updating for some reason. I don't know why, but I think it's fixed now. Oh, a runner over at first is Chaewon Jun. He has some speed. Their catcher does not have the best arm. 46 pitches now for Nail with a 2+ innings. Runner over at first from a leadoff walk. Kim Min Hyuk, the hero of yesterday's game, the walk-off homer in the bottom of the 11th, and that is up high. And if he would have listened to his catcher, he probably would have been thrown out. Batter is telling him to go. All right, here we go again. Another 1-1 pitch. And he goes. The throw is not good. Much better throw gets him. It was in there for a strike, though. Again, just not a good. KT has zero good, or Kia does not have any good guys that can throw out. So KT also doesn't have anybody that can throw out. A better throw easily gets him there. A better throw easily gets him. Han Jun-soo, Han Sung-taek, Jang Sung-woo, Kim Tae-gun, all not good defensive catchers, as that is in the dirt, and it's 2-2 now. Min Hyuk 0 for 1, grounded to the first baseman in his first at bats. And that is going to be right up the middle, and that is going to score a run as he was stealing. That's going to be an RBI single. And they are up 2 to 1. I actually didn't hit the wrong button. I got fat thumbs. This is not looking good for Kia, guys. Runner over on first base now. Kim Min Hyuk also has some speed. Talking to Nail out on the mound. 50 pitches now for him. Still nobody out. A runner on first. Brink, I think I'm gonna have to stop doing his games, because every time I do, he does not pitch well. Kim Hyun-soo average drop below 300 now after his 4-3 ground out in the first inning. Checks over on the runner again. He does have some speed, and they're going to take advantage of their catcher. That's ground ball, but goes foul, and the first baseman and the first base coach both miss it. It's 0-1. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Looks like SSG is jumped up on Samsung. That's why Arpo's being quiet. Yeah, here we go. The 0-1 to Kim Hyun-soo. That is a foul away as he was going again. 0-2 now. No. Again, the better shortstop makes that play on that right there. But yeah, I mean, when they can just run freely. And the 0-2 is a grounded foul. Well, they go here again. Have to think that he goes on this pitch now. Have to think he's going on this pitch. Foul out of play. All right, you got that 0-2 count now. I have to think that you go on this pitch. He does not. That was the pitch to run on. Do they not know the tendencies of KBO teams? 0-2 pitch with a foreigner on the mound. They're going to challenge him, but a foul they're going to not challenge him. Every single time. They scored with back-to-back singles, puts runners on first and third in last inning, and then a fielder's choice is it was a ground ball to Nail, but it just died, and he couldn't throw home in time, because that's up the middle. The shortstop throws to first, and a 6-3 put out. What was James Nail has got to be like, who are these people? Going for the out at first. Yeah, he's like, what is that? Well, he's got an out now, at least. Brings up the number 4 hitter. Lee Jung-hoon struck out in his first at-bats. And that's in there for a strike, 0-1. Struck out looking to lead off the second inning. Now he's up here in the third inning. Fouls that one away and is now behind 0-2. Kia, the only team that did not take an Asian quota pitcher. You got me, man. Kia, the only team that did not take an Asian quota pitcher because they need so much help in the middle of that infield when Park Chan-ho went to Doosan. They lost their shortstop, and they don't have much else. They had talked about having Kim Do Young play short, but he's had so many injuries that having him move over to short, which is much more demanding on the body than third base. Yeah. And steps off the back of the mound. Questionable defense. Hits him. I believe Nail leads the league in hit batters. That sweeper just getting wide. And brings up Hilliard. He had a single in last inning, came around to score KT's first run. Average up to 215 now on the season after his one hit there. Swing and a miss, 0-1. 61 pitches. This is not looking good for Kia. James Nail not having his good stuff today. On top of that, 11 innings out of the bullpen yesterday. That is lifted up as center fielder is going to make the catch and doesn't run in on it, and he tags up. Again, fundamentals, ladies and gentlemen. Korean fundamentals is absolute garbage, as there's no reason whatsoever that somebody should be able to tag up and go to third on a can of corn to center field. No reason at all. As Guangdong Jin now steps in. All right, it's Guangdong Jin. 1 for 1 today, a single in his last at-bats. Swing and a miss there, 0-1. And here we go, the 0-1 pitch. All right, here we go, the 1-1 pitch. And fouls it off the handle, and it's 1-2. 65 pitches for Nail, 12 in the first inning, a 1-2-3. 28's last inning as he ran into some issues in the middle of the inning. And now he's at the 25 here in this inning. Now he's just got to be thinking, KT or Kia's just got to be thinking, hopefully he can get out of, get through the 5th inning. Actually be in line for a decision to save the bullpen to just 4 innings. 1-2, swing and a miss. Another strikeout for him, but he is not happy with his himself or his defense. We go to the 4th inning. It's 2-0 KT. See. Looks like Kia is going to have their 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up in the top of the fourth inning. Elsewhere around the league, LG is still up 2-0, top of the fourth inning there for them also. And then you have SSG up 1-0 against Samsung. They're in the bottom of the fourth there. The other two games are tied at goose eggs. Top of the fifth inning for NC, top of the second inning for Doosan and Lotte, as they got a late start, courtesy of the rain. Yeah, and the first pitch is in there for a strike at the top of the zone. 0-1 to Yi-Ho Yun. And fouls that away, and it's quickly 0-2. This is outside, and it's 1-2. Again, Kia's manager, I feel like they just lucked into that championship in 2024. They weren't fantastic before that. Suddenly, they were unstoppable in 2024. Again, Kim Do-young just having a ridiculous season that year. The 2-2 pitch, rolled over foul, stays 2-2. But since then, dealing with some injuries last year, they just, again, 2024, they didn't have any injuries. Obviously, Neo with the comebacker was an injury late in the season. The 2-2 is fouled away. But by then, they had already kind of had the whole league wrapped up, as everybody else had dealt with a lot of injuries. Last year, they did deal with some injuries, and that's pretty much ended their season early when Kim Do-young went down. The 2-2 is fouled away. Give chase, but it'll be into the netting above the little exciting zone. I don't know what that's called there. They 2023, they were a middle of the road pack. 2024, suddenly they were a unstoppable championship power. And 2025, they were bottom of the league. The 2-2 pitch is outside. 3-2 runs the count full. Second full count of the day for Kia. They grounded out to a 3-1 putout in his first one. That was Hanjun Soo back in the second inning. All right, here we go. The 3-2 pitch. Pops it up, but it gets out of play. This is the most important inning for Kia right here. Most important inning for Kia right here is Boschley is killing some seeds, as that's a swing and a miss at a pitch up at his eyes. Fourth strikeout of the day for him. Brings up the number 3 hitter. So this is so important for Kia. They've got their 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up. Not only do they have their 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up, but they've also had Sauer sitting for a while in the last 2 innings. That misses low, ball 1. 1-0. Kim Sun-bin. 344 on this season. Flew out to right field in his first at bats. 0 for 1 on the day. And that is a foul away. Nope. Yep, it does get foul. 1-1. Thought it was easily foul, but just outside the line. .51 pitches for Sauer now. 1-1 is going to be a tough play. Third baseman, I think that's in foul territory. It just said it was fair. It looked foul to me. It looked like they fielded it in foul territory, but it did not call it foul. I mean, he was standing in foul territory when he fielded it. It looked foul to me. Questionable. Not that was. I mean, it looked foul to me. That's way outside. Yeah, and Guangdong Jen is normally a shortstop, not a third baseman, as that's fouled away from Kim Do Young. Kim Do Young singled in his first at bats. 1-for-1 on the day. He was erased on the 4-6-3 double play by Castro, though. So here we go. The 1-1 pitch. Beautiful pitch in there for a strike, and it's a 1-2. Sauer throws 7 different pitches, ladies and gentlemen. 7 different pitches. The 1-2 pitch just misses outside, a 2-2. Sauer throws a four seam 26% of the time, a two seam 25% of the time, a curveball set 19% of the time, a cutter 13% of the time. As the 2-2 is in there for a strike, as he's just going to look at it. Didn't even buy a ticket to get that seat. We will go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 2-0. This is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Another 1-2-3 inning. That's the third 1-2-3 inning for Kia, as that offense just looks rough. Looks like Doosan has hopped up 2-0 against Lotte. Might be a ton of shutouts on the menu today. LG's up 2-0, KT's up 2-0, Doosan's up 2-0, and SSG is also up 1-0. Hume and NC, top of the 5th inning, nodded at goose eggs. Alcantara out on the mound. See how he is pitching, since he is on my team. 5 Ks, 6 hits though. Woo. 5 innings, 6 hits, 5 strikeouts. Gotta. Well, if you guys want to see history, I would check out NC versus Kielm. I'll just leave it at that. History in the making currently. All right, Nail back out there, obviously. Bottom of the 4th inning, he's going to have the 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up. And the first pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Pitch number 6, 7. And then the 0-1 misses up high, 1-1. Oh Yoon Suk 0-for-1. Reached on that fielder's choice, RBI fielder's choice. 1-1 pitch now. Sets up on the outside just above the knees, and that's going to be a ground ball. Diving stop by the shortstop, but he's going to have to eat it. It just looked like he was making that play in slow motion. Just looked like it was slow motion. Hansung Take now steps in, and Nail really needs himself a double play here to get this pitch count in a manageable situation. Throws over to first. Do I? Thank you. Kia wishes they were 14-6. There you go. Thank you, GS. It's fixed now. All right, sweetness, babies. We've got a runner on first, nobody out. Runner on first, nobody out. KT's like, we don't want to win. We're gonna bunt. We're up by 2. We're gonna bunt. Says the 1-0 is bad bunts. Bunts through it. And it's 1-1. Why wouldn't you want to bunt with a runner on first and nobody out with a pitcher that does not have good stuff today? 71 pitches for Nail through 3+ innings. I wonder, pitchers have to be like, KBO pitchers have to be like, wow, guys, thank you for bunting in this situation. Thank you very much for lowering your chances of scoring a run against me. Please let me take you out to dinner afterwards. Checks over on the runner. Yeah, another 1-1 is a drop down. Could have easily gone to second base. And sacrifice bunt. 1-4 putouts. Puts the runner over on second base. Butts again, lowering the chance of scoring a run. Brings up the number 9 hitter. Bunting is amazing. Yeah, ask your brother what he thinks about that. Well, you got to see history. You got to see it broken up. As that is going to be a ground ball up the middle. Dale grabs it, throws, and that's 2 away. Flips the lineup back over. The runner is over at third base now, but again, you've got the 2 outs. But welcome back anyway, Yagu. Chaewon Jun walked, stole a base, scored a run in his last at-bats, a strikeout in his first. And that just catches the inside corner, 0-1. 313 on the season for today's right fielder. He started the season in center field, but then, An Hyun-min got injured, moved over to right, so that's in there for a strike, 0-2. And now that Kim Min-hyuk is back, he can, Kim Min-hyuk is in left, Hilliard moves to center field. And the 0-2 misses just outside, 1-2. Right. Opening day a couple years ago, I'm trying to remember, it was SSG or SK's pitcher at the time, as that misses way outside at 2-2. Was perfect through 9 innings, but his team didn't score any runs. as the 2-2 is swing and a miss. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what happens when you bunt with a runner on first and nobody outs. James Nail saying, thank you very much, KT, for your manager being in the top 3 of worst managers in the league by continuing to bunt with a runner on first and nobody outs. We go to the bottom of the 4th, and maybe that's exactly what Kia needed. They needed a manager that doesn't understand anything about numbers. Yeah, and then his bullpen walked a runner in the 10th inning. Otherwise, there would have been a team perfect game. What was his name? Pinto? I want to say Pinto. I think it was 2022. Is recent. 5, 6, 7 is going to come up for Kia at the top of this inning. Whoa, suddenly I must have scrolled a little bit there because apparently KT scored 20 runs in the 2nd inning. All right, we'll back to reality, I think, there. Somebody was randomly tuning in that hadn't been paying attention the whole game. Would have been like, what? How the hell did KT score 20 runs? All right, the top of the 5th inning. Sauer out on the mound, still 57 pitches though, and that's misses low. Oops, wrong side. 1-0. 9 in the 1st, 19 in the 2nd, 11 in the 3rd, and 18 in the 4th. Castro leads things off. He's 0 for 1, a 4.63 double play. That misses low, and it's a 2-0. And another 2-0 pitch. That is going to be ripped. Right fielder is going to watch it to one hop into the wall. Castro is going to round first and head into second with a stand-up double. Like I said, maybe that's bunts is exactly what Kia needed. Bunting with a runner on first and nobody out. It's the best way to ruin your team. Brings up Nasung Bomb, and Nasung Bomb can easily tie this up with one swing. And that misses way inside. 1-0, 269 on the season. Walked in his first at bat, was stranded on the base pass. Kia has had 2 base runners, both of them, nobody hits behind them. No pitch. Yeah, pops it up, but it gets out of play. 1-1. Again, Kim Do-young had a leadoff single back in the 2nd inning, but was erased on the Castro 4.63 double play. And then immediately after that, to Nasung Bomb walked, but a 3-1 ground out into the inning. And here we go, the 1-1 pitch. And he pops him up. Right fielder, center fielder is fighting over who's going to catch it. That is going to be one away. It's pure miscommunication out there. Luckily, nobody was hurt. Hilliard knew he's the center fielder. Everyone else has to get out of his way. We go Hanjun Su now. That's another bill way up high, 1-0. He's started all three of these hitters with 1-0 counts so far in this inning. 3-1 ground out in his first at bat, 0 for 1 on the day for the backstop. 1-0 is in there for a strike, though, and it's 1-1. One pitch is sets up high on the outside, and that is stroked, but it's right at the center fielder. And it's 2 away on the lineouts. They're coming up with solid contact, but they're not able to get anything with it is the issue. Solid contact, but nothing to go with it. .66 pitches for Sauer. Stepping in is the shortstop. All one inside, all four now. Jung Hyun Chang. That is a tough one for me, honestly, guys. I have never seen him actually hit a ball. Honestly, I'm not even joking. I've never seen him hit a ball. I think he was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts in his the other game I did that he was started the second baseman. Today he's 0 for 1 with his strikeouts. I've seen him 4 at bats, and I've seen him 4 strikeouts. Here we go. The 2-0 pitch to Jung Hyun Chang. And that misses outside. 3-0. Yeah, they've had a couple little soft squibblers through the infield. But they've done it a couple times in a row, and that's all that matters, I guess. 3-0 pitch. Right down the middle. 3-1. And 3-1. This sets up right down the middle, and just gets a loose stitch on the bottom of the zone, runs the count full, 3-2. All right, now 3-2 counts. Goes from 3-0 to 3-2. And he once again strikes out. He is 0 for 5 with 5 strikeouts in games that I have seen him play. I don't know what's the deal. Like, I don't know why he's on the team. Like, it's not. I just don't understand it. I've never seen him play good. I've never seen him play good defense. I've never seen him hit the ball. I've never seen him even ground out. I don't know what it is. No, a leadoff double and then 0 for 3 after that. They are now 0 for 5 with runners on base. Just, yeah. Yeah is all I can say, I guess. Sauer is 72 pitches, I believe. Going from a perfect game to losing 1-0. 1 home run or 1 hit. That's it. No, Samsung's up a 2-1. They scored 1 in the bottom of the 4th and 1 in the 5th inning. It's like a solo shot by Arpo. Park Sung-gyu with the solo shots. All right, we're back. Bottom of the fifth. Let me get rid of the base runners and the batters. Nail still out there, as not at his best stuff by any means. 78 pitches from him. And that's in there for a strike, 0-1. Much better last inning, just 12 pitches. Needs another one of those. That misses way outside, though. 1-0. Have to feel like this is his last inning, the way he's pitched. He's, again, struggled to get, not necessarily, I would say struggled to get outs. He hasn't had his best stuff. And with a very, very bad defense behind him, things don't look good. ERA of under 3, but struggling to get wins. As the 1-1 misses outside. He wanted that one. I still haven't figured out why these catchers frame these pitches. They don't. Why do they frame? It's an ABS system. All right, so 1-2 pitch. It sets up below the knees and a swing and a miss there. 2-2. Kim Min-hyuk takes off his helmet and says, "Ooh, what am I doing?" You've either scored 0 runs, 1 run, or 2 runs today. Those are the options. A Wednesday night smorgasbord of nothing. As the 2-2 is fouled away, it stays 2-2. 83 pitches now for James Nail. Kim Min-hyuk 1 for 2 on the day. RBI single in his last at bats. That was back in the 3rd inning. And woo! Nowhere near a strike zone in the country on that one, and it's 3-2. Second full count of the day for KT. Ground out to the pitcher in the other one. Sorry, ground out to the first baseman. Yeah, the 3-2 pitch. Slapped foul. Into the camera well. And the ground ball, second baseman, a little woo, look what I found. That is 1 away. Look what I found. It looked like he was losing his footing and was able to get the glove up to get the hop. Looking at the glove, see if it's still there, see if it's still working. But so 1 away, Kim Hyun-soo now. Looks at strike 1 at the top of the zone, 0-1. Kim Hyun-soo 0 for 2 on the day, a 4-3 ground out and a 6-3 ground outs. And then the 0-2 is low. 1-2. Two pitch. Nope. Time is called. Nope. And And that is a liner caught by Iho Yan over at first base. And that's is a 2 away. That's the luck that's Nail needs. Probably would have hooked foul, but an out is better than that. Rings up Lee Jung-hoon with a 2 away. And that is not going to be caught. That is going to drop down. A right fielder spins around, and that will be a 2-out single from the DH. They are starting to hit Nail hard here. A rip by Kim Hyun-soo, and then a clean shot into the gap from Lee Jung-hoon. And that brings up Hilliard. Hilliard 1 for 2 on the day. A single, a run scored back in the second inning. Fly ball to center field in is actually kind of a liner to center field, if I remember correctly. A swing and a miss there, and it's 0-1. And that's going to be a ground ball over the first baseman, and the chopper. Lee Jung-hoon is going to head to third. They're going to throw into seconds, and that's is going to be a double. Puts runners at second and third. The chopper just goes right over the third or the first baseman's head. Right straight into the ground, but it hit the dirt so hard that it bounced almost all the way from the plate all the way to the grass back behind first base. Tough break there. Wang Dong-jin now. And that's misses inside. Wang Dong-jin, 1 for 2 on the day. A single in his first at bats, a strikeout in his last. 1-0 pitch now. Pitch number 95 coming up. That one is fouled away. And 1-1. Yeah, another 1-1 pitch. In there for a strike, and it's 1-2. "96 pitches for Nail. The 1-2 pitch. That's a grounded foul. Stays 1-2. 97 pitches now. And this is definitely his last inning. It might be his last batter. Looks like he might be calling his own pitches. Hong Dong Jin battling here. The 1-2 is going to be a ground ball back to him. He's going to turn the throw to first and almost threw it into the outfield, but a good stretch over there by Iho Yan. And that's a 1-3 will be the end of the inning. They leave another 2 runners on base. That's a 7 so far as we go to the bottom of the 5th. No, that was the bottom of the 5th. We will take a break, ladies and gentlemen. I will be back in just a few. All right, so we're back. Sauer still out on the mound. He'll face the 9-1-2 hitters as Dale swing and a miss there. 0-1. Dale 0 for 1 on the day, a 4-3 ground out in his first at bat. Sauer, sorry, in line for a nice victory as that misses and it's 1-1. So James Nail should be done for the day. 98 pitches for him. Gave up 2 runs, but his team isn't doing much, and that is going to be a shot to right field and off the foul pole. Home run, ladies and gentlemen. And just as I said it, they come through. And that is a big one. They are on the board now. Flips the lineup up. And we also get some baseball cards, ladies and gentlemen. What do we got here? What do we got here? As Kim Ho Young will lead things or step it now. And that is up high, ball one. We will check in the old baseball cards, the solid RIP AMSR. Yeah, another 1-0 is fouled away on ball two. 1-1. Open up some baseball cards, some baseball cards, some baseball cards. Open up some baseball cards. All right, the 1-1 is in there right down the middle for a strike, a 1 and 2. All right, here we go. First card is, I can't even see, Eugene Hook, the closer for NC, as that one is fouled up. Kim Hyun-soo watches it bounce off the netting. Does make the catch, but it won't count. So from him, we've got Yoon Dong-hee, member of the Asia team, a right fielder for Lotte. And then finally, we've got the Stone Buddha himself, a former St. Louis Cardinal, former Toronto Blue Jays, and that's a strikeout up at his eyes. Former Toronto Blue Jay, a former Colorado Rocky, the Stone Buddha, the final boss, Oh Seung-wan. So not a bad pack, much better than the other packs that we have been getting, ladies and gentlemen. So again, that is the rules is swing and a miss there, 0-1. Home run equals baseball cards. These packs, again, each one of these packs, and the 0-1 pitch way outside, 1-1. So each one of these packs is, you can buy it like a 7-Eleven for 1,000 won, which is about 70 cents. So you get 3 cards for 70 cents. That one is lifted up under it, and the pop up to the shortstop is 2 away. Brings up the number 2 hitter, Kim Sun Bin. And that misses outside. 1-0. 84 pitches now for Sauer. Bowler standing there with a nice healthy beard as the 1-0 misses low. 2-0. Kim Sun Bin 0 for 2 on the day. Flew out to right in his first at bat, a 5-3 ground out in his second at bat. And that was the ground ball that looked like it was foul. As the 2-0 pitch in there for a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. Baseball, baseball, baseball. And the 2-1 pitch as he pops it up, a shortstop out into the grass. And back-to-back pop-ups to the shortstop ends the inning. And that will take us to the bottom of the 6th. Kia gets 1 back. They're down by 1, 2-1, as we go to the bottom of the 6th. We are moving along, ladies and gentlemen. Hour and 45 minutes through 6.5 innings. As we will have the 7, 8, and 9 hitters coming up for KT. We will get into the bullpen. I believe we'll get into the bullpen. I've seen dumber things than sending a guy out who's already thrown 98 pitches to throw some more. I've seen some pretty stupid things. see if I can find out who's coming in. Still nothing. No way do they have him still out there. No, okay. I was like, no way. All right, Jung Hae Young. He used to be the closer. It's kind of fitting, actually. I'm going to say this. So 2024, the leading vote getter for the All-Star game was Jun Hae Young. He has lost his closer's role since then, as this one has popped up a first baseman under it. One away. Then you have last year's leading vote getter was the closer for Hanwha, and he has lost his closer role. So the last two leading vote getters for the All-Star game have both been closers, and they've both been awful and have lost their closing roles. Han Sung-taek steps in, and first pitch is a foul away. 0-1. And he hits him. Brings up the number 9 hitter, Lee Kang-min. I don't know if anybody watched the Hanwha LG game last night, but LG put Hanwha's flag upside down. If you know anything about flags and what upside down means, it's kind of hilarious. Yet at the same time, it is a real life. As the 1-0 pitch coming up, Lee Kang-min 0 for 2 on the day. Flew out to left in his first at bat, a 4-3 ground out in his second at bat. Yeah, and then the 1-0 pitch just catches the bottom of the zone, and it's 1-1. Elsewhere around the league, we've got some more scores, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. The 1-1 pitch sets up down by the knees, and that is right down the middle. He can't catch it, but it's still a strike. LG's up a 3-0 against Hanwha. Cume's up 2-0 against NC. Doosan's up 3-1 against Lotte, and Samsung's up 2-1 against SSG. Another day of pretty good games, ladies and gentlemen. Like to see it as the 1-2 pitch catches the outside corner, and you might as well have a seat, sir, if you're not going to swing the bats. I don't think they teach them the same thing that they teach us, where you never go down looking. Back to the top of the lineup, but Chaewon Jun steps in. Runner over at first is Han Sung-taek, hit by a pitch with 1 out. And that's just catches the bottom of the zone also when it's 0-1. A very generous strike zone, I feel like. And 0-1, that is going to be a liner over the jumping second baseman, and Nosung Bomb is going to come up. Hansung Taek is going to hang out at second base, though. And that will be the second time he has been on base. This time with a hit. Brings up the number 2 hitter, Kim Min-hyuk. Just out of the reach of Dale. Nosung Bomb over there didn't have much of a chance. Lefty in the pin for Kia. All right, to Kim Min-hyuk. 1 for 3 on the day. That's in there for a strike on the inside corner. 0-1. He must be crowding the plate because he had to lift his arm up for that strike to come in. He grounded out to the first baseman in his first at bat, an RBI single in his second, and a 4-3 ground out in his third. And that's a big swing and a miss as he's got his golf swing going on. Very tempted this weekend. Go check out the Pro-Am. Just out the windows on that side of my apartment is a big golf course, and they are having a Pro-Am tournament this weekend. I could probably watch from my kitchen window. Go-to pitch way up high. 1 and 2. Watch from my kitchen window, and maybe a live feed of the Pro-Am in Korea. A 1-2 pitch sets up a down to the knees. That is way low. 2 and 2. Dumb chicken. Interesting. I've been to Dumb before. The 2-2 pitch is going to be roped right at the center fielder, and that will be 3 away on the line out to the center fielder. We go to the 7th inning. It's a 2-1. KT is left 9 runners on. I think they have 1 extra base hit. Yeah, they have 1 extra base hit, so that was Hilliard. Yeah, so there's in Daejeon, there's a restaurant or bar and restaurant called Just Dumb. That's the name of it. Just Dumb. Where are you at? It's dumb. Hey, just tell me. No. It's dumb. Yeah, just dumb. Just dumb. See if I can find the photo, and I don't know if it. No, because it's in Korean. Going deep into the Instagram archives here. Looking and looking and looking. All right, the Sour is still out on the mound. I know it's in here. And the first pitch, top of the 7th inning here, is popped up. Shortstop out and to the grass, and 1 away. I didn't even get a chance to tell you who's batting. That is 3 straight pop-ups to the shortstop. So here you go. Just dumb. D-U-M-B. Dumb. Castro, a 1 for 2, grounded into a double play and then hit a double. 89 pitches now for Sauer. I don't think so, Jungle. I have LG and I had LG and Samsung. KT, they've got to get a new. They're gonna have to get a new foreign arm, a new Asian quota arm, and a new a foreign bats. I have a feeling that what's going to happen is as soon as An Hyun-min comes back, they're going to let go of Hilliard. I think right now they're keeping him because the other options besides him is not as good. They're going to wait to, as soon as he comes back, they're going to release him as that misses outside. Ball 4. 93 pitches now for Sauer. Castro now headed down to first base with a 1-out walk. Brings up the number 6 hitter, Na-Sung Bam. A very, very dangerous hitter. I also don't like KT's. I like Owan Suk as a third starter, but I'm not a big fan of Go Young Pyo for KT. I just don't think he's that good. That will be it for him. We'll have our pitching change. He can get the win or no decision. He cannot take a loss. Yeah, their bullpen, I think, is actually much better. They got a lot of guys, or they're going to get a lot of guys back from military duty. Here's another thing that because you don't know a lot of the little special details about the KBO. This is something that is going to play a big factor in this season. The fact that the Asia games are this year. So what the Asia games are is if the Team Korea wins a Asia Games gold medal, all of those players that were on the team get an exemption from military duty. So some of these teams with good young players are going to lose their players to go play in the Asia Games around September, right during the kind of the pennant race, the pennant crunch. That's how No Shiwon and Moon Dong-ju got exemptions from, so they didn't have to do the military duty. A guy like An Hyun-min has already done his military duty, but in the KBO, or for Team Korea, for Asia Games, they take a 25 and younger. It will be interesting. But right now, we've got ourselves a new pitcher, Jung Young-ju, out on the mound, ringing in the lefty to face some lefties. 2.25 ERA on this season. I think this is the perfect time to switch the pitcher. I 100% agree with this. And here we go. Na-Sung Bam will face the lefty on lefty matchup, and that is lefty on giant matchup if that was going to be a strike, because that is way over his head. And 1-0. Na-Sung Bam 0 for 1 on the day, walked in his first at bat, and then a fly out to center field in his second. 1-0 pitch that sets up right down the middle. That misses up high again. 2-0. After him, not a lot of threats. Obviously, you have Dale in the number 9 spots, but I am definitely not worried about Hanjun Soo, and you're going to have a pinch hitter for the number 8 spots as the 2-0 pitch in there for a strike at 2-1. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that was a big thing. That's when a lot of people, a lot of Koreans stopped caring about the international team. That was yeah, during the Olympics there was only 6 teams in the Olympics and they finished 4th. I think that was against the Dominican Republic at that time too. Was it I think they lost to the Dominican Republic, but I remember for the Olympics there was nobody that was on a current MLB roster was allowed. 2-1 pitch. This is up high. Yeah, so the if you get an Olympic medal, yeah, you Olympic medal, any medal in the Olympics, bronze, silver, or gold, you get exemption. But then any international, it has to be gold. The 3-1 pitch misses outside, and he walks him. Runners on first and second now. Brings up a Hansung. No. Hanjun Soo. And then not something. I mean, yeah, you walked him, but again, I'm not worried about anybody left in the bottom. Like again, Hanjun Soo at 275 on the season, but I'm not worried about him as that misses inside. Now I might start to worry because my pitcher can't throw a strike. Yeah, that was also when all those guys retired from international play. The 1-0 pitch is sets up on the outside. Misses outside. Like Kim Kwon Hyun and Yang E-ji, Kim Hyun Soo, Kim Kwon Hyun, all those guys ended up retiring from international play after they lost, and then that's when they decided to only have 25 and under for their national team. But then, if we think about the Olympics, they went and got pretty much anybody. Or not the Olympics, but the WBC. But that'll be it for him. We'll have another pitching change because he can't throw strikes. So they're going to bring somebody in that they hope can, and that's going to be Song Do-hyun. Song Dong-hyun, I believe, is who's I saw trotting in. Let's see what we got going on in the rest of the league. LG still up 3-0, bottom of the third or bottom of the 7th. The KT obviously 2-1 here. Kium's up 2-0, bottom of the 7th against NC. And Doosan's up a 3-1 in the bottom of the 5th against Lotte. And the Samsung's up 2-1 in the bottom of the 7th against SSG. Samsung needs to win with both KT and LG having leads. Which game? Yesterday? Or are you talking about today? Longer giving up. Yeah, yesterday, yeah, Yesterday's game was real weird, though. All right, the Sung Dong Hyun out on the mound, 450 ERA. 10 games, 10 innings, 9 strikeouts, 7 walks, 263 batting average against, and a 1.6 whip. Do you mean some terrible defense or the same terrible defenses? That's in there for a strike. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a strike thrown. I think you meant to say with the same terrible defense. All right, the 2-1 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball, but it's a foul. 2-2. But Ano didn't have any errors. Where was the terrible defense, Kiwi? The 2-2 pitch sets up on the outside, slaps the bats, and gets it foul. But there's no errors. You talking about last night's game, Steve? Yeah, that definitely isn't an error, but definitely a better fielder catches that. Here we go, the 2-2 pitch. Misses outside. Runs the count full. Still just 1 out, guys. The 3-2 pitch. The 3-2 pitch once again coming up. And he walks him. They walk the bases full. 100% have to have a pinch hitter here. You cannot let him come up to bat here. Yeah, pinch hitter here. And Go Jong-wook steps in, 2 hits on the season, a 286 on the season. Again, today's shortstop, again, I've never seen him actually hit the ball into the infield. I've never seen him play good defense. I've never seen him play, as that one is up high, ball 1. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. And that is lifted into a right field. Chaewon Jun is going to range over, makes the catch, but that will be deep enough to score a run. And that's is going to be 2. It's a 2. Does also tag up at second base to head to third. And with 2 away now, and the bottom of the order, number 9 coming up. A single puts Kia up ahead. Walk, a walk, a walk. Na-Sung Bomb heads on over to third base. 2 away now. Sauer is not in line for the win anymore, and Nail is not in line for the loss. Dale, solo shot in his last at bat, led off last inning with a solo shot. Lays off of that. It's a ball 1, 1-0. KT or Kia still no hits with runners on base today. 1-0 pitch. Fouled straight back, 1-1. 0 for 5 on the day with runners on base. Sauer's like, I could have walked those guys in. I didn't need your guys' help. We go 1-1. This sets up down the middle above the knees, and he swings, and he's way out in front of that. And pitches now for Songdong Hyun. 1-2 on the day for Mr. Dale. 4-3 ground out, solo shots. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. It was on an 0-2 pitch that he hit the solo shots. Lays off of that, and it's 2-2. We have ourselves a lovely little ball game here. I hope it's not going to go to extra innings just for my sake. I mean, if it does, I'm here for it, but I don't want to be here for it. If that makes sense to everybody else. Yeah, this is the 2-2 pitch. Fouls it away, stays at 2-2. He fouls it into his foot. All right, once again, 2-2 count, a 2 on, a 2 out, a 2-2 game, and he throws it into the dirt. Runs the count full, 3-2. We are getting our money's worth today, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting our money's worth today. Ball, 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 ball. And they have 0 hits this inning, but they've managed to scrape across the tying run. Yeah, here we go, the 3-2 pitch. Fouls it away. Ball boy bobbles it. He does keep it in front of him, though, and that's runs the counts full again. 3-2. And he walks him. Loads the bases. Back up. Flips the lineup back up to the top. Kim Ho-young steps in now. Kim Ho-young 0 for 3 on the day with a K, a K, and a K. He has joined the clan with his day, and that's in there for a strike, 0-1. He already has a sombrero. And a swing and a miss there, down 0-2. All right, never mind. I'm thinking hat trick. Yeah, the golden sombrero. He struck out to no, so it's hat trick is 3, golden sombrero is 4, and the Olympic rings is 5. As the 0-2 pitch is fouled away. I was thinking he had 4, but he's only had 3 at bats. Maybe I was just counting this one already. And the 0-2 pitch into the dirts. 1-2. The fans looking on, hoping for that. Please no 11 inning game. I love the extra innings, but I'm I'm being greedy. I'm being selfish. The 1-2 pitch just sets up right down the middle and it throws it into the dirts. 2-2. Now 21 pitches from Song Hyun, the third pitcher this inning. First pitcher got an out. The second pitcher got the 0 outs. The third pitcher got an out on a sacrifice fly. Do they need a fourth pitcher to get a third out? All right, a 2-2 pitch now, 2 out, bases loaded, 2-2 game. And he swings at a pitch up at his eyes, but fouls it away, and somebody can't make the catch out there. Stays. We've got so many deuces, ladies. Deuces, wow. 2-2 game, 2 outs, 22 pitches. Number 27 up to bat, a 2-2 count. And it is the 22nd of April, as that is fouled off, and now it's still 2-2. But it's ruined it with the 23rd pitch. We've still got the 2-2 game and 2 outs and 2-2 count on April 22nd. And that is in the dirt, so runs the count full, 3-2. That means everybody's going to be on thy run. A single scores 2 as a second base is Hanjun Soo, but he's going to be on the run with this 3-2 pitch. And that is ball 4. They walk in the go-ahead run. KBO, ladies and gentlemen. KBO, everybody loves it, right? KBO, the best game in the world. They still have 0 hits with runners on base. All I have to say is a super good thing, as that one is fouled away. It is a really, really good thing that back in the 4th inning, KT bunted with that runner on first and nobody out. A super amazing thing. It really, really saved their game. I mean, it was a huge, important thing right there. Waits on that one, lifts it up. A left fielder, Kim Min-hyuk, under it, though. And that will be 3 away. But they almost bat around with 0 hits. And they score 2 to take the lead. We will go to the bottom of the 7th. 3-2 Kia. Oh, that was super awesome baseball, ladies and gentlemen. They left a 5 on after leaving that bases loaded there. Hop up to the shortstop. A walk, a walk, a walk, a sacrifice, a walk, and a flyout. KBO is so fun. Do they actually have 4 hits? 2, 3, 2, 3. They only have 3 hits. I gave KT an extra hit. Got to earn those hits. I'll double check with the official. Yeah, put it on the wrong one. No. Hanwha up in the top of the 9th with 1 out. They're down 3-0. They do have 1 hit and 1 walk on the day. But a good thing for Hanwha fans, they don't have any errors. That's always nice for them. Kiwoom's up 3-0 themselves.
Thank you for the recommendation, JID said.
Thank you, thank you. I had to fix that. I gotta get that to pop up over so I can. All right, so Kim Bum Soo out on the mound. Brink, you still here? All right, so Kim Bum Soo. First pitch is in there for a strike to Kim Hyun Soo. And it's 0-1. Yeah, now the 0-1 pitch. Misses wide, 1. Kim Hyun Soo 0 for 3 on the day. Lined out to the first baseman in his last at bat, and then a couple grounders in his other 2. And 1-1 is going to be a chopper. The shortstop makes the play, throw not in time, and the best attempt he could have had from Dale there. Looks like Dale is over at short now. Nope. Who's that? Turn around. I can't read your name. Is that Gotong? Oh. No, that's somebody else. Pak Min is over at the short. So a leadoff single here brings the go-ahead run up to bat in having a pinch hitter for your DH. Well played, KT manager. Well played. Excellent choices. Bringing in a righty to face Kim Bum Soo as that almost hits him. All right, here we go. The 1-0 pitch. Jang Sung-woo looks at strike 1 on the outside, 1-1. And that's just catches the bottom of the zone, 1-2. Way up and out of the zone, and it's 2-2. All right, Kiwi, at least you didn't pay to go against NC. Yeah, they're probably just saving all their runs for this weekend, I bet. Probably definitely saving all their runs for this weekend. It's almost guaranteed, I bet. Yeah. All right, here we go. The 2-2 pitch once again. Jang Sung-woo. Pinch hitting here. Kim Bum-soo out on the mound. Gave up the infield single, and here we go. The 2-2 pitch is ripped, but foul. He's at 2-2. Hilliard to lefty on the deck. Kim Bum-soo, I believe, pitched 1 1/3 innings last night. He is not known for being able to pitch back-to-back nights. I will say this. Many years that he was at Hanwha, back-to-back nights, it usually did not bode well for the man. A 2-2 pitch. Checks over on the runner. Not the best move you've ever seen before in your life. All right, so once again, it comes set to the nope. Was going to check on the 45-year-old runner over at first. Kim Yun-soo and Kim Bum-soo playing a little catch over there. Yeah. The 2-2 pitch. Misses outside, runs the count full, 3-2. Warming up in the bullpen. Han Jae-sung, 2.25 ERA on the season. And they're hoping that they can get him to ground out so he can also face the lefty Hilliard. But 2 nights in a row is usually rough for Kim Bum-soo, and that is a ball. And he walks him, and the first 2 batters are on for KT. And 2 nights in a row for Kim Bum-soo has not boded well in his history, in his past. He is going to have Hilliard stepping in next. Will they have a little mound visit here, or will they just let him go for it? Yep, we're going to have a little mound visit. While we're mound visiting, those of you guys, please make sure you hit the like button on YouTube or the thumbs up in SOOP. SOOP is very important. It's called an up or a recommendation. It helps put the channel out onto the main page. Also, you can always subscribe over on YouTube because, why not? And on SOOP, if you hit the little star next to my name, my channel name, that is how you follow me over on the old delicious SOOP. All right, Hilliard, 2 for 3 on the day. Single and a run scored in his first at-bat, flew out to center in his second, and a double in his last. He has also scored a run. Kim Bum-soo looking to try to keep this game a 3-2 game and not get out of hand. Would I? Absolutely not. Again, bunting here increases your chance of scoring 1 run, but one run ties the game, and you still have 2 more innings. And that just catches the top of the zone. 0-1. Again, bunting with your foreigner is nearly unheard of. And the 0-1 is going to be a ground ball. A great play by the first baseman to stab that down. Steps on the bag and 1 away. Absolutely a fantastic play by the first baseman. One hops, catches it behind the bag, steps back on the bag. Absolutely beautiful play by the first baseman. And it's going to bring up a Guangdong Jin. Finally, Kia's defense is looking like a professional team. Yeah, spun a gym, and old Stefan didn't start him in his fantasy league. That's Mrs. Lowe outside, 1-0. Yeah, never bunt with your. I say never bunts, but so Kim Song-soo is pinch hitting here. And that's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, 1-1. Bringing in the righty here to face the lefty. Wang Dong-jin hitting 400 on the season, but he is a lefty. Yeah, it's the same thing with a bunt, but he had a chance to actually get on base. Little shiny plastic jackets. And the 1-1 pitch in there for a strike on the inside, and it's 1-2. 16 pitches now for Kim Bum-soo. And here we go. The 1-2 pitch sets up on the inside. And he goes down and fishes away ball 2 to foul it off. And it stays 1-2. Kim Bum-soo reaching in on that to 20 pitch mark. And not only that, again, he pitched 1.1 innings yesterday. But Kia doesn't really have a lot in the bullpen. They've already used their closer today because he lost his job. 11 innings last night between these two, only 5 innings tonight from Nail. And here comes the 1-2 pitch, and he throws it in the dirt. Great block back there by Han Jun-soo. I keep getting these two confused. The reason why I keep getting them confused is because Han Sung-taek is KT's catcher. Han Jun-soo is Kia's catcher, but Han Sung-taek used to play for Kia last year. He came over to KT as a free agent. So I see the Han, or I think Han, and yeah, that's why I keep messing that up. All right, the 2-2 pitch throws it in the dirt again. Another good block. Runs the count full, 3-2. And the 3-2 swing and a miss. He said he got a piece of it, but it looked like he caught it. Foul. He says he wants the video replay that. No, pitch down by his feet. He swings. He says he got a little piece of it. So the home plate umpire checked it, looked at the ball, said, yeah. And so Kia is going to challenge it. It was caught by the catcher. He might have caught it. Oh, I think it might have got the ground. He definitely got a piece. You can't see because they need a different view. Yeah, it hit the ground. Oh, we'll have another 3-2 counts coming up then, as that one did hit the ground. 단독 결과 파울입니다. One day I'll be a KBO umpire, the only one in the entire league that knows the rules. All right, here we go with 3-2 pitch once again. I'm gonna go inside again, and he pops him up. Shortstop underneath it. Makes the catch, and a big out there. 2 away now. Brings up the number 7. Not last year. I streamed one game that was like that. But NC starter's not very good. He led the league last year in home runs given up. So Oyun Suk steps in. Throws it into the dirt. Kim Bum-soo loves that inside fastball. Well, yeah, Kimmy Whip and Davison has not been playing well. They're also missing another guy. Who else are they missing? The 1-0 pitch coming up.
너무 감사합니다.
Thank you. Matens, that's a German name. I'm not going to be able to pronounce that. That is misses inside again, and I absolutely hate when the catchers do this. If you guys are watching, they're going to show a replay here. They catch like this on pitches to the
Thank you
right,
for the
to left.
recommendation, Big Dinger.
Thank you, Big Dinger. Well, Big Dinger, do you remember last week on Tuesday? As they're going to walk him here, loads the bases up. They want to face that catcher that's hitting $150. So do you remember the game last week on Tuesday, Big Dinger? All right. Han Sung-taek 171 on the season. Oh for 1 on the day. A ground out as that is outside 1-0. A grounded out to the first baseman in his first at bat. A sacrifice bunt. This is the sacrifice bunt I was talking about earlier, and he was hit by a pitch. Oh, the 1-0 pitch, bases loaded. And misses low, 2-0. In trying to paint the corners, just set up down the middle and let him throw. These teams are just crap. They think that they have I think they have Cy Young award-winning pitchers, as that is going to be a ground ball, but it's a foul. So big dinger. I'll let you in on this. Kia took the lead the last inning with 0 hits. I'll just leave it at that. Kia also has 0 hits with runners on base, but they're winning. That's all I have to say. Yeah, exactly. Just set up down the middle. Your misses are going to be better than your attempts there. Again, he just set up way inside there, and he missed way outside. He caught the outside corner when he fouls that away. Just set up right down the middle. Set up down the middle and just have a good miss. You're more like the KBO relievers are more likely to have a good miss than a good make. All right, Hansung take a 2-2 count, a 2 outs, bases loaded, 3-2 game here in the bottom of the 7th. And that is ripped right at the third baseman, recovers, tries to tag out the runner and drops it. And that is KBO and ties the game. He is down. Bases still loaded. I don't know what happened. Did he get him in the old boys? It looks like he got him in the boys. Yep, it jumped up. It got him in the boys. He went to tag, but the ball came out. He should have just thrown it to first. As that is going to be an error. And E5 scores the go-ahead run. You do not need an ambulance for hitting the balls with the ball. Yep. Throw to first and then go hang out in the dugouts while your swelling goes down. Unbelievable baseball in the KBO. So that E5 ties the game. Where's your cup? You play why are you playing infield without a cup? All right, so we'll have a pitching change as defense coughs it up. This game is nobody wants to win in the KBO anymore. Managers managing like they don't know what they're doing. Well, they've never managed. They've never known what they're doing, but that's beside the point. You got to be kidding me. No way. No way. Get this, guys. They gave him a hit. They gave him a hit on that play. They gave him a hit on that ground ball. You know, the managers are dumb. The managers are awful. They're horrible. But the scorers in this league, the baseball, the official scores, They gave him a hit on that. Unbelievable. I refuse to give him a hit on that, by the way. Zero chance anywhere in the world except the KBO gives him a hit on that. Nobody in the absolute effing world would ever give him a hit on that. He literally hit it right at the third baseman. He could have thrown right there. He could have thrown to first. Dropped the ball. Zero chance. Cannot believe that, ladies and gentlemen. That is a hit. That is a hit. All right, out on the mound, Joe Sang-woo, a 2.79 ERA, trying to keep this game. That is ripped into left field, and that is going to roll. One run is going to come in. A second run is going to come in, and that's, ladies and gentlemen, is going to end this game. All because he didn't throw to first. Still can't believe they gave him a hit. I cannot believe they gave him a hit. Kim Bum-Soo is going to take the loss in today's game, but I can't believe they gave him a hit there. I'm still just dumbfounded by the fact that they gave him a hit. That's just mind-blowing. Right at the fielder, bobbles it, picks it up, tries to tag somebody, drops the ball, and they gave him a hit. It's not even a weakness. It's absolutely awful. I thought he made it to second, but apparently he didn't. Apparently he only made it to first. They only have him on first there. All right, the 1-0 pitch now to Chaewon Jun, and that's on a strike on the outside, 1-1. Chaewon Jun, a 1 for 3 on the day, a strikeout, a walk, a stolen base, a run scored, a strikeout, and a single. I still can't believe they gave him a hit on that. Unbelievable. All right, the 1-1 pitch into the dirt. 2-1. That's so amazing. So amazing that they gave him a hit. All right, the 2-1 pitch sets up on the outside. Nope, checks over on the runner. He is over at first. They gave him a hit on that. He's like, oh, he hit the ball and the other balls. So let's give him a hit because he hit 3 balls with 1 shot. And that is going to be ripped into right field. That's going to drop down, and another run is going to score. And he is going to hustle into third base as that ball gets away. And Chaewon Jun now heads on over to second, and this game is just getting out of hand. Rip over into right field. I'm pretty sure there was an error on this throw. Yep, an error there on another error. This one by the shortstop. Runner on a second and third now. They'll bring in a new pitcher because they can't get anybody out because the third baseman didn't throw to first base. And when he had a chance to get him out of the inning with the lead. Absolute KBO-ness, ladies and gentlemen. KBO-ness doing the KBO things. 2 errors in the inning from Kia. And it is 6-3. Egon Mean over at the third base with a good hustle there. Chaewon Jun headed over to second base. Oh, just in time. We couldn't have it any other way, Big Dinger. There would be no other reason why you would watch the KBO other than to see the absolute circus that it is. So those of you guys watching on SOOP, please hit the little thumbs up button. That is called a recommendation. It is important on SOOP. Puts the channel out on the main page of SOOPlive.com. Obviously in YouTube. Also, please like the stream. It makes me feel good whenever I finish and see all the likes. Also, you can always subscribe on YouTube. That helps you because you can't chat in the chat room without subscribing. And if you want to do
Thank you for the
same,
recommendation, Don of 2000.
Thank you. Don of 2000. That gets me through my goal of 10. Let's see who we have out on the mound now. Big boy on the mound. An Jae-sung, he is the one that came over on the trade, a 2.25 ERA, 4 games, 4 innings, a 1 strikeout, a 200 batting average against, and a .75 whip. He's the one that came over on the trade that sent Chaewon Jun, who just hit the RBI. As Kim Min-hyuk backs away from that. He's the one that came over on the trade that sent Chaewon Jun over to NC last year. And he actually pitched or played fairly well. As Kim Min-hyuk, the 1-0 pitch in there for a strike, 1-1. KT is batted around now. Kim Min-hyuk made the last out of the last inning. The 6th inning, lined out to center field, and here comes the 1-1 pitch. And catches the bottom of the zone. 1-2. 3 pitches now. 2 strikes. A 6-3 game. It just was a 2-0, 2-1, 3-2. 3-5, and that one is going to be another single. He is running hard. He is going to have a play at the plate. No, he cuts it off. And another 2 RBIs, and somebody stop the madness. Somebody make it stop. Guess we had another pitching change or something. Or maybe I think he might have gotten. I think they actually might have got him over at first base. I'm guessing that they got him over at first base. But the run is going to score. Two errors. What an inning, ladies and gentlemen. What an inning. Kia takes the lead in the top of the 7th inning with 0 hits. They score 2 runs with 0 hits. Then in the bottom of the inning, bases are loaded. Ground ball to the third baseman who gets hit in the balls. Then tries to tag out the runner, drops the ball. Instead of throwing to first, the runner was the catcher. He was a fourth of the way to the first base whenever he turned and tried to tag out the runner. Like even a bad throw over to first, you still get him out. And then it's a 3-2 game, and he is already up to bat, probably done with this inning. But no. And again, my numbers are different. For some unknown reason, unknown reason, they did not give the third baseman an error. Maybe it's because it's their poster boy for the league. I don't know what it is, but if they hit the ball right at you and you not only bobble it and then you try to tag somebody and you don't get them out either, you got an error. Yeah, which is crazy because Hanwha Stadium is so small. All right, to Kim Sun Bin will lead things off. Ju Guan out on the mound. And the 1-0 outside at 2-0. I don't even know how to calculate that last inning. Here we go with a 2-0 pitch right down the middle. 2-1. And the 2-1 in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's a 2-2. All right, to the full count now. 3-2 count. And he rips that one, but that will be foul. Stays 3-2. Just amazing game, ladies and gentlemen. 8-3.
너무 감사합니다.
Thank you, Jasmine. And rips it to, again. They got previous starters guarding the pitchers who warm up in foul territory. So another 3-2 counts here. Oh, Steve, it was bad. I suggest you don't watch it. A 3-2 pitch. A ground ball, another foul. Steve, I suggest my best advice for you, Steve, is to not watch Kia baseball. Unless, of course, I'm streaming. But yeah. That's my doctorly advice. As the 3-2 pitch is going to be a ground ball off the shortstop who all right, Kim Do-young steps in. Apparently his balls are okay to ground it to the third baseman, who throws to the second baseman, who doesn't get him. Can't throw to first, but he can ground into almost a double play. When I watched the KBO attempt to field, my only thoughts is it's really my only thought. That is in there for a strike at the top of the zone. So Castro walked in his last at bat, came around to score. Also had a double and a 4.63 ground outs. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. It sets up on the outside. A ground out to the second baseman who throws to first. Castro walking. Just walking down to first base. Just walking to first base. If he would have put in any efforts, he probably would have beat that out. Some of these people don't deserve to play baseball. I'm saying it. Some of these people don't deserve to play professional baseball. Nasong Bomb now. In there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Here we go. The 0-1 pitch to Nasong Bomb fouls that one away. 0-2. Nasong Bomb 0 for 1 on the day. Walked in his first at bat, flew out to center field in his second, and then walked and scored a run last inning. Again, Kia almost batted around, yet they didn't even have a hit. Scored 2 runs to take the lead before coughing it up, giving up 6 in the bottom of the inning. And the 0-2 is rolled over. First baseman grabs it, tosses to the pitcher, and that will be a 3-1 putouts. 3 away now. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 8-3. He is now 0 for 9 with runners on base. 0 for 9 with runners on base. They're also 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. They've left 6 runners on. They only have 4 hits. Kim Hyun-soo will lead things off for KT. Elsewhere around the league, Doosan's up 5-1 against Lotte as SSG came back to win, scored 2 in the top of the 9th to win 3-2. Kim Jae-yoon ends up losing the game. Please tell me that was a walk that scored the run. Please tell me they walked in the winning. All right, so we're back at bottom of the inning. Han Jae-sung is still out there. First pitch is a strike in there to Kim Hyun-soo. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. And misses way up and out of the zone. 1-1. Well, on the bright side, with how bad Kia is playing, there's not going to be extra innings. As here comes the 1-1 pitch. outside. 2-1. So Kim Gyu Sung over at third base. Ju Hyo Song back behind the plates. I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to bother changing that. Sorry, people in YouTube. Yeah, as the 2-1 pitch is popped up. The left fielder giving chase, and it's going to drop down as he tries to slide and catch it to Kim Hyun Soo, who's going to head on into second base with a leadoff double as the hit parade just continues. What was the shortstop doing? Why wasn't the shortstop running? The left fielder playing a hard pull, ran forever, wasn't able to make the catch. Slow after he slides, he's just slow to get up too. He's like, da 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 da. Castro just doesn't seem like he wants to be here. He just does not seem like his body language says, I don't want to be in Korea. That misses outside. 1-0. I mean, maybe it's just me and what I think when I see it, but to me, it really looks like, and it's not just that, his last at bat, he didn't run out the ball. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, 1-1. He just doesn't seem like he wants to be here in Korea. 1-1 pitch. Way outside at 2-1. Two-one pitch now. Checks on the runner. Throws it to low, and it's 3-1. And he pops him up. Catcher in the foul territory makes the catch. And no one away. Brings up the number 5 hitter, Hilliard. And then that catches the bottom of the zone. 0-1. And no, it's 0-1 fouled away. 0-2 now. Hilliard 2 for 4 on the day. Single and run scored back in the second inning, a double in the fifth. Round out to the first baseman in the seventh. 15 pitches now for Han Jae Sung. Runner over at second base is Kim Hyun Soo. I'm surprised they didn't take him out. Over at second base, I'm surprised with a 5-run lead, they don't take him out. That misses way outside, 1-2. And do you remember in extra innings they took him out last week, I believe? I mentioned something about it, and it ended up coming up to his spot in the lineup with the game on the line, but they had to have a pinch hitter in John Jin Hyuk. There's a swing and a miss there, and that's 2 away. I think he might have gotten a piece of it, it sounded like. But nonetheless, that's a 2 away. A little peeky dance. A little peeky dance. All right, to Kim Soo. And he throws it in the dirt. It gets away. Kim Soo is going to slide on over at third. Showing the speed. John Jun Won looks like he's over at third base. Hitting a 214 on Vice season. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. Way outside at 2-0. Here we go. The 2-0 pitch sets right down the middle. And he just catches the inside corner. This is what I was talking about. Again, set up down the middle. These relievers can't place the pitches. They're not good enough. Just set up down the middle and hope they miss. The 2-1 misses outside, and it's 3-1. Again, right there, he set up inside, and he ended up throwing it outside the strike zone. There's no reason for these catchers to think that their pitchers are going to paint the corners. Sets up right down the middle and throws it way low. Again, there's no reason why any of these guys should have any thought in their mind that when you set up right on the outside corner that they're going to put the ball right there. There's no reason for it. It's just not going to happen with relievers in the KBO outside of maybe two. All right, Oh Yoon Suk steps in. Is 1 for 3 on the day. Reach on a RBI on a fielder's choice, a single, pop up to the third baseman in fair territory, and then an intentional walk, but scored a run, and that's in there for a strike at the bottom, and it's 0-2. Yeah, and here we go, the 0-2 pitch. Did he go around? He did. Umpire wants to go home. Umpire wants to go home. He's tired of watching this. We will go to the 9th inning. He needs to score 5 runs, yet they haven't had anybody get a hit with runners on base. They're down to their final 3 outs when we get back. KT ends up going a 7 for 24 with runners on base. 4 for 19 with runners in scoring position. Kia, on the other hand, is 0 for 9 with runners on base and 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. KBO just going to KBO, ladies and gentlemen. He is going to have their 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up. Is KT going to bring out the closer? 5-run lead, ladies and gentlemen. 5-run lead. Let me know in the comments. Is KT going to bring out their closer in a 5-run lead? It's the only thing left to decide. All right, to 7, 8, 9 coming up, bottom of the ninth. Gonna have Ju Hyo Sung. Ju Hyo Sung. Pak Min. And Dale. Juguan is still out there. 15 pitches in his relief appearance. That one is way up high. Ball 1-0. Ju Hyo Song, a 250 on the season. And that means he's 1 for 4 because he has 1 hit on the season, ladies and gentlemen. And there we go, the 1-0 pitch. That's a swing and a miss, 1-1. Baejung Dae into center field, Hilliard into left. A 1-1 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball. First baseman picks it up, steps on the bag. 1 away, down to their final 2 outs. KT making sure that they keep a pace with LG, who ended up blanking the old Hanwha Eagles today. Lachlan Wells with an absolute dominating performance. 8 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk. I think he had, I don't know how many strikeouts he had. But that's a ball 1. So LG currently in first place. Unless this score holds, then it will be KT hopping over. The 8-3 counts. That's in there for a strike. 1-1. Samsung ended up losing as SSG and Samsung are now neck and neck. The only difference there is a tie game. Kia in 5th place, but looking not good right now. Swing and a miss there, 1-2. Not even close to hitting that ball. Why do they keep showing this? I don't know what that is. I'm not paying attention enough. All right, the 1-2 pitch from Ju Guang. And he throws it in the dirt to 2-2. Pak Min versus Ju Guang. Not often that you get a double name. Normally, you've Korean names have 3 syllables. The fact that you get a
Thank you for the
syllable.
recommendation, Jakob Manel.
Thank you, Jacob. And here we go, the 2-2 pitch. Sets up right down the middle, and that's going to be a ground ball. That's going to be a single. And Kia's hopes are still alive, ladies and gentlemen. That's brings the tying run into the dugout. Still. Just need 4 more of those. And then a home run. Yeah, lately Doosan is just dominating. All right, to Dale, 1 for 2 on the day. That's way inside, 1-0. And Dale, a solo shot, also a walk, and then a 4-3 ground out. 1 for 2 on the day. Playing second base because they don't trust his defense at shorts. The 1-0 is in there for a strike, 1-1. But the other options at shorts have not looked good either. And here we go, the 1-1 pitch. Sets up right down the middle, and that's just gets a stitch on the outside corner. Yeah, bottom corner. I think they might need to recalibrate these ABS systems. 1-2 pitch now. That's going to be a ground ball right at the second baseman, throws to the shortstop, throws to first, and that is a fitting end for a 6-3 double play. And just like that, another runner on first, another runner on base, and another out. As Kia goes 0 for 10 with runners on base, ladies and gentlemen. 0 for 10. They had more errors than they had hits with runners on base. Again, Sauer pitched extremely well on the day. Both, I wouldn't say Nail pitched extremely well, but I mean, he pitched well enough to get a win in most games. So on the mound, you had, again, you had Nail. He went 5 innings and 98 pitches. Gave up 6 hits, 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch, 4 strikeouts. Gave up 2 runs. Doesn't factor into the decision. Then you have KT's Sauer was 6 1/3 innings and 93 pitches, 3 hits, 1 home run, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, 2 runs, both of them earned, as he had ended up walking a runner who came around to score in that ridiculous 7th inning. So up until that point, it wasn't the best. The offense, fantastic pitching from Sauer with the 7 strikeouts. Kia's offense isn't very good. But let's go to the 7th inning, because that's the only inning that really matters in this entire game. So Sauer starts on the mound. He gets a pop-up to the shortstop from Kim Do-young. Then a walk to Castro. They pull him out. The next reliever comes in, and they end up walking Na-sung Bam and then walking Han-jun Soo. So now you've got the bases loaded. The Kia still has no hits with runners on base. They end up getting a sacrifice fly to right field. That ties the game up at 2. Then another walk loads the bases back up, and then another walk ends up scoring the go-ahead run. At that point, it's 3-2. Then a fly out ends at, because obviously I already said they went to 0 for 10 with runners on base, so obviously they're not getting any hits. Then we come to the bottom of the 7th. Kim Hyun-soo out there on the mound. Kim Hyun-soo gets a leadoff single, a slow roller up the middle that ends up being right up the middle and allows him to get on base. Then a walk to the pinch hitter, Jang Sung-woo, puts runners on first and seconds. Then gets a ground ball from Hilliard, steps on the bag. Again, a great play by the first baseman at that time. That puts 1 out, runners on second and third. Then they get a pop-up from the pinch hitter, Kim Sang-soo. Pops him up to shorts. Great. To 2 outs, runners on second and third still. They intentionally walk Oh Yoon-suk to load the bases, and then to bring up Han Sung-taek. Han Sung-taek hitting 171 in the game at that time. They get the ground ball right at the third baseman. It hits him in the balls. He bobbles it. He picks it back up. Can easily throw out the runner at first. Again, Han Sung-taek is a slow-running catcher. He's maybe a third of the way down the line at best, but he ends up trying to turn around and tag out Jang Sung-woo, drops the ball, a run scores to tie the game at 3. The craziest thing out of all of that is they don't even give him an error. They don't even give him an error for not fielding the ball, dropping the ball when he's trying to tag somebody. I mean, there's nowhere in the world that's not an error. Then after that, so you've got the bases loaded. You end up getting a single by Lee Gong-min that scores 2 runs. That puts them up 5-3. And then an RBI single from Chae Won-jun puts them up 6-3 at the time. And then a bad throw from, I believe, Dale over at the cutoff man ends up allowing Chaewon Jun to go to seconds. And then another single by Kim Min Hyuk scores 2 runs. That puts them up 8-3 at the time. He ends up getting thrown out over at first base anyway. That was the end of the 7th inning. Just pure KBO. They again both bullpens couldn't throw. Kim Bum-soo again pitched yesterday. He usually doesn't pitch well when he pitches 2 days in a row. I don't know how people don't have these scouting reports. I have the scouting reports, and that's just from me going to games. I don't know why they have him back out there for the second day. Again, he obviously didn't have it. Again, these catchers try to set up on the outside corner, thinking that their reliever with it that walks more than he strikes out. That's you know can't throw strikes if it's a 3-0 count. They think that they're going to paint these corners and throw out these beautiful, beautiful throws to strike these guys out. It's mind boggling, honestly. You know, Kim, yeah, I mean, in the 8th inning, again, a leadoff single from Kim Sung Bin, but then a ground out by Kim Do Young ends up, yeah, he ends up beating it out, but he ends up coming out. Kim Hyun Soo a double, and then a walk to and Jung Jun Wan ends up putting runners on the corners, but ends up not mattering as KT just too much better than the other guys. So I mean, I expected Kia to win, just because I thought Nail was going to pitch a lot better. I thought he was going to pitch a lot better. He did not pitch well, and the Kia bullpen is just not very good. Again, the Kia defense is just not very good. The Kia offense is just not very good. That's why I picked them to finish 8th in the league, only ahead of Lotte and Kium. But Kium decided that they want to keep winning, I guess. But elsewhere around the league, I'll give you a quick update on some scores before we call it an old night. LG got the shutout win again. Lachlan Wells absolutely dominating, the best pickup in the league for the Asian quota. Then Kium gets a 3-0 win over NC. Doosan is up 9-1 in the bottom of the 9th inning against Lotte, and SSG also got the 3-2 come from behind win against Samsung. So back-to-back come from behind wins against Samsung for SSG. And right now, LG and KT is the number 1 in the league. LG is just behind them, and Samsung behind them, and then SSG followed by Kia still hanging on in 5th place, but it doesn't look good as Doosan is starting to do what I actually picked them to do, ladies and gentlemen. I actually picked Doosan to finish 4th in the league. I picked Kia to finish 8th in the league. So we'll see if that starts to change and clear itself out. But Lotte now in dead last. Dead last. Kium making the comeback, I guess. Not trying to not finish in dead last, I guess. But I'll be back tomorrow once again for another stream. Who do I stream tomorrow? I keep forgetting. Tomorrow, SSG versus Samsung. So hopefully tomorrow we have another good SSG and Samsung game. Because I will not be streaming on Friday. Friday I have a company dinner. So I will be here tomorrow, SSG versus Samsung. Then I will be here for Saturday's 2:00 game and one of the games on Sunday also. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please, I say it a lot because it's super, super important. If you're on SOOP, please hit the thumbs up button. That is the way to recommend the channel and to give me an up or a recommendation is what they're called. If you want to follow me, please hit the little star button that is next to my channel name. That is how you follow me on SOOP. If you're on YouTube, please make sure you hit the little thumbs up button. I don't actually see any of the likes until after the game is all over. And then also, please subscribe if you want to see specific teams or specific matchups, please go to the poll on my YouTube community tab, and you are able to vote on the matchups you want to see and the teams you want to see. So, with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. And as always, until next time.